great evening on this gloriously majestic Thursday, 27th day of January of 2022, in the year and time of Almighty All. All glory be to that divinely intelligent force which guides all. What it do? Life is a movie, family. Life is like the greatest orchestra, the greatest play. It's a never-ending play. It's, as my guy Simon Sinek, author of Start With Why, it is an infinite game, as one of his books is called. Life is the greatest game because it is an infinite game with unexpected scenarios and circumstances purposely designed to grant every individual soul their own unique experience necessary to their fullest development in this esoteric conundrum that we call life. In life, you will grow old, you will age, you will get old, but that doesn't mean that internally it has to be reflected. You can grow up, should grow up, should mature, but at the same time, you should not forget how to play, how it felt like to actually live and to have time, to feel like you have all the time in the world in life. That feeling that you had as a child. But now as an adult, we must value the glory that discipline provides us with. Self-mastery, self-control, self-restraint, you know what I'm saying? Moderation. The ability to, supplant long-term, immediate gratification for long-term results. Yeah, man. Life can be a horror for some, a comedy for others, a thriller, an action, and a drama. Too many people live in complete anxiety and despair, blaming others, never taking accountability and responsibility for their own life, thinking that they're enjoying life because they are doing whatever it is that they want to do, yet only wasting away. Always caught in moments of despair, of feeling lost, of feeling that what's the point, Thankfully, I don't think I've ever felt that way. Even in the military, 5 years in the Marine Corps, I never felt like, what is the point? Yet I can't comprehend how some people actually feel that way about life. What's the point? What's the point of eating healthy if at the end of the day you're going to die? You don't know when you're going to die. You don't know how you're going to die. You can only choose how you live. But you don't get to choose when you die or how you die or how long you get to live, but you get to choose how you live. That is 100% under our control. We have the liberty and dignity of choosing how we live, what we do, why we do the things that we do. And based on what we do, not why we do it or how we do it, but what we do, often determines where we end up and when we end up in those specific circumstances. It's crazy, right? An individual could go through life doing the right thing, but not feeling the right way, and can end up dying an untimely death. Yet an individual can go through life doing the wrong thing, or the jacked up things that don't make sense, yet feeling the right way, and also die a short death. You don't get to choose how you die or when you die, but you get to choose how you live, where our actions on how we live take us. And I guess to an extent, how we feel moments right before our death, even if it is unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Boom! Smacked by a truck or something. God forbid, anybody. You know what I'm saying? Listening to this. So you don't get to choose when, but you get to choose how you feel. The thoughts that you're thinking. Were you in a state of gratitude or in a state of despair? Were you satisfied or were you dissatisfied with life at that moment? That's crazy, right? And just though a different thought, one positive, one negative, being in a positive state of mind allows you to transcend in a different way, and potentially to different dimensions of human of consciousness, because you have enough clarity to live your life with gratitude, to actually enjoy life. Even though you're disciplined, you know how to enjoy life. You know how to have fun. You're always joyful. Everywhere you go, your energy is contagious. Everybody that you speak to, you inform, you impact, you inspire, you invite to live life with more enthusiasm, with more passion, with more awareness, with more clarity, with a greater sense of gratitude, with a better attitude. So we don't get to choose how we die, but we get to choose how we live. That's dope, man. You don't get to choose how you die, but you get to choose how you live every day. You know what I'm saying? Just doing the things that you need to do. Just doing the things that are needed in your experience in order to have your own personal impact on yourself and on others. And personally, I find myself often, not always, but I think of death. Right? I ride my bike damn near every day, to the gym, 5 miles away, 5 miles back in this cold ass weather. And anytime those thoughts of fear come in, I tell them to go away. Get out of no, go away. I think about getting hit by a car. I'm like, no. I either verbally or conscious or subconsciously speak it. No, get out of I don't want those, those fearful thoughts. And then there are times where I catch myself, you know, picking up a dead animal, an animal that just got hit off of the streets, because I don't want to see it get ran over and squished and looking all nasty and disgusting. You know, I don't want that karma, that negative karma in the world, not for myself, but just for the world. And I move it to the side, and I'm like, damn, yo, who's to say that I didn't just prevent my own untimely death, maybe a day from now or 20 years from now, just by taking this moment to do something good. Not even for another human, but for another being, another earthling, right? Another vessel through which consciousness experiences reality through. Yo, one day, check it. One day I was riding my bike, right? This was about a year and a half ago. Or maybe it was last year. I don't freaking know. No, it probably wasn't last year. Or maybe it was. But I was riding my bike, right? And this had been like the second week in a row that I had like removed an animal from the street. This is like the third time. This time was, first was a squirrel, then it was a cat, then this was a squirrel again. And as I'm riding my bike, I don't know if I've told this story already, but as I'm riding my bike, you know, I'm in my own high on life type shit. Like my brain is just releasing a whole bunch of good chemicals because I've been working out. And I instantly see this squirrel like just twitching on the ground on the street, because I'm riding on the street, and this car that I'm riding right next to, I guess it just nicked the squirrel on its head, and I almost ran over it, and I just stopped. I stopped. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I see it twitching. I'm like, damn, do I pick it up? So I instantly get off the bike. I literally just put this kickstand to the side on the street and just pick the squirrel up, and I go off to the sidewalk, and I go to put it down, and then I can't, you know. I'm like, damn. And I see the squirrel just looking at me with this one eye. One eye is like popping out, the other one is like looking up at me, kind of saying like, don't let me die alone type. And I'm like, damn. So I'm just holding this squirrel as his heart is beating, like just racing. And it's bleeding in my hand, and it's dying. You know, and in my childish mind, I'm like, I want to heal it. You know, can I heal it? Yo, God, how do I heal it? Can I heal it? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, like, you're gonna age, you're gonna grow, but that doesn't mean you have to get old, you know, inside. Like, that's why the good book says only those that become as children shall enter the kingdom of God, right? Only those with a pure heart. So, you know, back to the story. I'm just chilling here with this squirrel that's about to die in my hand, and it probably just and I literally probably held it for like 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes before it just, as I'm here meditating and like just, I'm like, damn, there's nothing I can do. And it just stopped. Like, stopped beating, heart stopped beating, body stopped moving. And I was like, damn, she's gone. So I just put her down, covered her with some grass, like ripped some grass off from around it, covered her with grass, and just left her there, got on my bike, and kept rolling. Sun was setting, and I just kept riding my bike, and I just started thinking, I'm like, damn, that could have been me. That's all I thought. I was like, damn, that could have been me. And then I started thinking, like, damn, what if, right? Like, that's all humans do. What if this, what if that? And I'm like, what if I just, like, literally, like, just gave myself a few extra days or minutes or seconds or hours or years of life just by taking the time to have some consideration for something other than myself. What kind of good karma did I put out into the world? What kind of good karma can you put out into the world? You know? You see some trash on the floor, it's in your way. It doesn't cost you anything to pick it up. You get what I'm saying? There's some dishes in the kitchen. You're living with your family. It doesn't cost you anything to clean the dishes. Okay, your mom hasn't told you to do it, but it doesn't cost you anything to do it without being told. You know? You see something dirty, you can clean it. Why not? Why wait to be told to do something if you can do it without being told, without anybody having to see you do it, except you yourself? Conversation got deep. Talking about a squirrel, right? Life is to be lived properly. Doesn't mean that having discipline, self-control, moderation, a level of self-restraint, doesn't mean that you can't have fun. Doesn't mean that you are not having fun. You know? You don't always have to be intoxicated. You don't always have to be doing what other people are doing in order to actually enjoy yourself. Sometimes just being true to you, to who you are, is enough to bring you actual joy. Learning how to play in life is important. Life is not just about work or sleep. It's also about play. It's just that we need balance between the three. You know, there's a time to work, there's a time to rest, and there's a time for play. And sometimes your rest can also be your play and your work. Meditation is something that provides that. Meditation is something that provides all three. Sleeping is something that provides all three. Visualizing, using your imagination, power, it's something that provides all three. You get what I'm saying? Exercising is something that provides all three. Even though you may be doing something that is tiresome, in a way it gives your mind rest from other things, from thinking, you know, from the consistent chatter, because you are entertaining it with something different, something productive. Your exercise can be your play. Your exercise can also be your work and your rest. It all depends on, you know, the lens with which you view life. How much are you restricting your ability to actually live and experience life? Body, mind, and soul. Body, mind, soul. Mind, body, soul. Thought, word, and deed. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Body, mind, and soul. Hope, faith, and love. Gotta know how to play. You gotta learn how to play in order to truly experience life. You gotta learn how to work in order to truly experience life. And you have to learn how to rest, how to be patient, how to act with courage, and how to behave with a sense of wisdom. Lord, grant me the serenity, peace to accept the things that cannot be changed. Sometimes as a child, you can change many things. Lord, grant me the courage to change the things that I can. As a father, you can change many things. And as a son as well. As a child, you can change many things about yourself. You don't always have to crawl, you can walk. Subconsciously, you're being, guided to make that wise decision. You observe others doing something and you maybe do the same or something different. And Almighty all grant me the wisdom to know the difference. Your subconscious, your big I am, your higher self, your Christ self knows the difference. Your imagination is guiding you in the right directions. Your dreams, the things that you are called towards, not the things that entice your animal senses, your lustful desires, your selfish desires, your gluttony, your pride, those ego-driven things. No, that higher imagining. Those thoughts that just come to you as inspiration. That invite you to do better things because they incite you with possibilities, with potentials, with possible destinations that allow you to determine your destiny in this experience we call life. But if you're spending your whole day tied down to an occupation that keeps you just over broke, just beyond broke, just enough to pay the bills, just enough to survive but not enough to thrive, not enough to truly live and experience life, that limits your ability to express yourself honestly, that limits your capacity to truly, put your gifts, your potential to use, then that's gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna work a job in a field that you actually enjoy doing. You get what I'm saying? Either whatever it is, in a warehouse or behind a truck throwing trash, or in construction, work a job that can go hand in hand with the other things that you want to do. Me personally, I like martial arts, right? So in my youth, if I would have never went into the military, obviously, and I would have done the work that my brother does, like worked in a garbage truck or done construction, I would have turned my construction work and my garbage truck work into a workout in itself, just like I told him and just like he did when he heeded my suggestions. So yeah, learn how to play in life, not just be played. Learn not to take things personal. Learn to grow from your own experiences. Learn to be mindful of the words that you allow yourself to speak and the thoughts that you allow yourself to think and to emotionalize. Energy is, you know what I'm saying? Emotions are just energy in motion. Where your thoughts, where you allow your thoughts to go, is where your energy will go, and it's what you'll, the feelings, emotions that you'll begin to entertain, and it is, what more likely than not, what your body is gonna actualize. But other than that, that's all I got for y'all. All right. You have a great night.